This guy's company makes $150 million per year by putting people through hell.
You a fucking rich nigga for the fame, won't you? You would get that pussy up to a lane, won't you? Like an old school, I redid.
We flew all the way out here from Austin, Texas to meet with one of America's toughest CEOs, the founder of Spartan, Sena. Thank you for having us. Let's do it. All right, so we had the opportunity to go to Outside Lands this weekend with a big group. Obviously, that would have been a lot of fun, big house, big party. But instead, we're going to Florida to hang out with America's toughest CEO. Why? Because we're gonna learn a lot. Hopefully, he's gonna put us in contact with some good people. This is a relationship that I've had for a while, and he's also a great guy. But us going there to meet him in person for the first time is gonna allow us to become really close with him, hopefully make some great connections, and overall, it's just gonna be a badass video. So much more entertaining than a big party, right? All right, little business update, by the way. In the next couple of months, we're gonna be trying to raise $3 million for the company. I don't really know what I'm doing. They're just gonna put me in the meetings and I'm gonna need to close. So Joe's gonna help us out. By the way, let me know if you guys want me to document that. I think that'd be really interesting. I'm gonna show the wins, I'm gonna show the failures, but I'm gonna take it as a personal challenge and see how few meetings we have to take to raise this $3 million. I'll document it if you guys want, and I'll post that too. All right, so this guy right here emailed me about a year ago like 5 times. I didn't respond to a single one of them at first. Kept following up, kept providing value. Now we work together and he's brought me, I don't even know, like a priceless amount of deals. Make sure to follow up, make sure they understand that they need you, not just, hey, making sure you saw my email. All right, so we're on our way to Joe's house. We heard we're gonna be woken up at 4 tomorrow, and that's like best case scenario is getting woken up at 4 for a crazy tough ass workout. I'm very excited, as you can tell. What's up, man? Lukas.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Shoes off.
What up? Good to see you, man. How are you?
Squid Haas. Organize the shoes a little, Max. My wife's gonna come home and get mad at me that I got all these youngsters. Tomorrow morning we'll get up super early because I know Max likes to get up super early. You're definitely getting up early.
I refuse.
If Max doesn't get up early, you guys can't stay here. He's either on the program or...
No, I'm getting up.
All right, good. So we're getting up early, and then we'll do the workout, and then we got to go to the entrepreneurship event.
Okay.
And then once we get that out of the way, then we could do all kinds of stuff. We're also, while you're here, we're getting your haircut.
No, we're not.
Should we buzz him?
If you give up.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, we'll shake on it.
Take on it. If you give up on the workout.
All right, deal.
Cool. He has no idea.
Do you have extra clothes?
Liam, I want you to listen in. What we're learning from Max, it's very valuable information, is not to be like Max.
I just didn't sleep, bro. I just stayed up and worked. Up before Joe.
Cold punch.
It's cashmere, Joe. I'm not getting in. What is talking
Take
about?
your cashmere off.
No.
Max, get in there.
This is where warriors are made. Joe, bro. No, this shit. Bro. Fuck.
You told me to do a cold plunge every day in LA.
No, I don't. I take a cold shower in LA, which is like room temperature.
Look how much better he looks. He was like fat last night.
I'm calling Aria.
All right, so you're on push-ups. Max, you're carrying these dumbbells. I just keep carrying them. Lukas is on the bike. You're on pull-ups. Good?
I do damage. The nigga can't stand it. Psycho, bandit. Like it's Marilyn Manson. Got the cash advancing.
Can I get on the back?
No.
Why? No, none of this Goggins bullshit. Dude, can I seriously?
Morning. Essentially, we're doing a young entrepreneur seminar today.
I don't know if you've got bitten by this bug yet, but for most of my life, I just want to make money, right? When you're young, I see it, my youngest, I think I see it in you, which is, right, you get a little taste. You buy something for $1, you sell it for $5, put money in the bank. All of a sudden, you're independent, right? You can pay for your own meals. Most of my life, that was me. That was what drove me. That was my purpose. Then all of a sudden, I got an email where somebody said, you changed my life. I gave up drinking, I gave up drugs, I'm back with my husband, I'm back with my wife, I lost 200 pounds. I didn't kill myself. Or I started to see kids say, hey, Mr. Sena, I'm going to West Point now. And all of a sudden you see kids start to build confidence and build businesses and become better. And so when I heard about this company whose sole mission is to level kids up, any chance I get to collaborate with people that have a purpose, like I have a purpose, where we're gonna, like, it'd be easy to sell cigarettes. It's easy to sell fancy cars and all this nonsense, all these superficial things that humans want, but like It's hard to sell discipline, commitment, leveling up. It's great that Tony Robbins does what he does, right? But like $5,000 for a conference, like I want to help people at scale. I'm not interested in, it sounds silly, but like I'm not interested in ones, twosies. It's like, how do we do 20,000? How do we do 200,000? How do we do 1 million?
Well, that's the beauty of content, because you can teach to a room with 100 kids in it,
right,
and that's great. But if that video can be seen by 10,000 people, 100,000 people, it can have the same effect.
You're the content guy, I'm the barbed wire guy.
I'm on 2 hours worth of sleep. And as you guys saw, we woke up at 5 a.m. for a super tough workout. Chugging coffee. This is like 3rd coffee of the day. It's not really working. But I'm supposed to go into this big conference room and give a speech, I think, to a lot of young kids on entrepreneurship. So if I don't do a good job and I don't act very enthusiastic and excited and happy, then these kids probably are never gonna wanna start a business. I don't know if I can give myself that much credit, but I'm gonna try and put on a smile and go in there and say something educational and inspiring. Entrepreneurship is very lonely because a lot of people have like a grind in silence type mindset. Don't tell other people what you're working on. Let your results speak for themselves. And I kind of had the exact opposite approach to that. I was like, I'm just gonna tell everybody what I'm doing. When you do that, it's like, okay, now I actually have to make it happen, or I look like an idiot. People hate it when you're doing something that you enjoy, and they might not be. But it's also really beautiful because it brings a lot of people to you that you didn't even know existed. And the way I like to look at it is like, if one of you guys stood up on your chair and you said, I'm John and I'm working on this company, a lot of people might look at you and go, what is that guy doing? Get down, bro, you're making a fool of yourself. But there might be 1 or 2 people who really agree with what you said and say, I want to talk to this guy afterwards. And so that's exactly what happened to me. It's an interesting and very new approach, but it's been very helpful for me.
So tell us a bit about
So this is where the magic happens, right? Or I guess the magic happens on the actual track. But This is where it's planned, this is where it's set up.
This year we'll have 1,100 events across 40 countries. Wow. But a lot of the operation is here, where people are banging away on keyboards and doing the stuff that's unhealthy.
Smart VP. So how many people actually work in this office right here?
We'll have about 40 people here in Orlando.
And how many total employees?
500 people.
500. So it seems pretty lean here, right? Most of the people are out there on the tracks helping out. There's a lot of volunteers as well, right?
We'll have 200,000 volunteers help us this year.
Nice. And you started this about 25 years ago, correct?
24 years in the making. Very, very difficult business. Not a business I would recommend anybody get into because we're selling hard stuff. We're selling commitment. We're selling discipline. We're selling the stuff no one wants. They don't like what we sell.
So what actually goes on here? Obviously you have the people on the front lines putting on the races, doing the heavy lifting, but what's happening at these desks right here? You said you have about 40 people working, right?
If you think about it, right, when you go to put on an event, whether it's a baby shower or a birthday party or whatever, you've got a lot of organizational components associated with that. So our 50 people, are 50 people's flights booked? Do 50 people have car rentals set up? Do 50 people have hotels? Are the trailers, we've got to have 6 tractor trailers show up. Are they there when they're supposed to be there? Anybody who's done a kitchen renovation and lost their mind, we're doing like 20 kitchen renovations at once on the side of a mountain during a friggin' tornado.
We did a Spartan the other day in San Diego. I can't even explain like how impressed I was by not only how well set up it was, but everyone was really nice. That was the thing that really stood out to me. Made me feel like I was a celebrity, made every other person there feel like a celebrity. And that's what makes people want to come back and do hard shit. When you do something hard, when you feel that accomplishment yourself, and then other people let you know as well. So I got to give you props for that. So everybody knows Spartan, household name, millions of people have done it, but death race. I want to know more about this. This is what people literally pay money to go through hell put on by this guy. Why do people do it? Why do people pay you money? What kind of people do it? What's the reasoning behind it?
Think about it. People buy books because they want to change. They listen to podcasts because they want to change. They go to conferences and spend thousands of dollars because they want to change. But those things don't change people. What changes somebody is doing. You've got to be in the mix. They say to turn iron into steel, you've got to heat it, pound it, and drown it. That's what the death race is, right? With that, you'll get about 10 that finish.
So like, what does it consist of? How long is it? What are people going out there expecting, and what do they get in reality?
Look, you're not going to know when it starts. You don't know when it ends. It's going to be at least 72 hours, but it could go on for a week. It's really up to me. If we want to continue it. Let's just say all 300 people hadn't quit yet. Well, we'll go another day. We'll go another day. We'll go another day until we get to a number that we're satisfied with. They're going to chop wood. They're going to crawl under barbed wire. They're going to carry incredible amounts of weight up and down the mountain. They've got to build shelter for themselves, like whatever we come up with.
So it's pretty much just people who are tired of something. They want to challenge themselves. They pay you to go out there and see if they can be broken or see if they can make it through. But it seems like most of the people that leave, they're pretty satisfied. They feel like they've done something hard.
Yeah, it's amazing when you could talk about doing something hard. You could think about it. You could be passive, like in a podcast or reading a book or at a conference, or you could be active. You could actually be in the fight, in the arena.
I was on the phone, but we're about to head in and do a podcast, how he built Spartan, how he built all his other companies. A lot of people don't know this. By the time you were my age in college, you had a multi-million-dollar pool cleaning business, right?
I did, and ultimately I sold it.
For how much?
I sold it for
You grew up in Queens around mobsters.
Yeah.
What was that like?
My neighbor was the head of the Banana Organized Crime family, and his name was Joe, and he said, come over on Saturday. And I went over there, and he taught me some business lessons. He said, on time is late. I told you to be here at 8, you should be here at 7:45. They needed somebody they could trust.
If you like these types of videos, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. And if you want to go check out the podcast, you want a more in-depth look at how he did it, I'll leave the link for that below as well.